It's Nolan. Now, before we get started, make sure y'all hitting that like button. Make sure y'all sharing it on your respective platforms. Let somebody know what we're doing today. Now, let's get into the show. What's going on, beautiful people? It's the kid J Nolan here. Welcome back to another episode of Inside the Industry, your number one source for music, entertainment, commentary, and breakdowns. In this particular video, we're going to be talking about the Clipse and their new song that just came out, Ace Trumpets, right? Produced by Pharrell. A lot of people have been waiting on this Clipse album, which will be dropping in July, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah. And there's a lot of anticipation, a lot of people wondering what this is gonna do for them. Like, we're getting Pusha T and No Malice back. Remember, No Malice took a very long hiatus from doing Clipse music after he got saved. Changed his name from Malice to No Malice. He started dropping, Christian hip hop, and that was his wave for a long time. He released a book. He released, I was wretched, pitiful, poor, blind, and naked. That was the book about his life and, how he changed his life and all of the signs that he saw that were going on with the street ties that the Clipse had while they were trying to also juggle being in the industry, an in-demand group, but then also at the same time being a shelved rap group because they had their issue with Jive. They went defunct, or I think it was Arista that went defunct, and then they went to Jive, and they didn't know what to do with them. So it was a fucked up situation. They had to do mixtapes and all that type of stuff, and they was allegedly doing other things to stay afloat in that time within, right? For some people, the last Clipse album that they actually acknowledge is Hell Hath No Fury, although I did like the last one too. Hell Hath No Fury, to me, is like the Clipse at their height. And honestly, anything that they create moving forward is gonna be, for me, compared to that, because that's the glory that I want to see them in. So when I heard this new record, Ace Trumpets, I loved hearing them back together on a record. Love hearing them on a record. The fact that it's being done with Pharrell on the beats, I appreciate. Taking it back to the basics. But I do feel like Pharrell is missing one key element in his own right, as in Chad. The fact that it's Pharrell, not the Neptunes, I think that does take away some of the production value to me. And I've been critical of Pharrell's production on his own for a while for that very reason. Like, I think Pharrell is really good at putting ideas together, but I think Chad was really good at executing some of those ideas in the studio. Pharrell could sell you on an idea. He could come up with things. He could do a hook if you need him to do it. He could sing the hook if you need him to do it. Like, he can sell the song and the idea. But I think that Chad brought a different polish to the studio that he's been missing for a very long time. We know that they're in a dispute over the Neptune's name, trademark, and all that stuff. So unfortunately, they're not really on the best of terms. With this Ace Trumpets record, as much as I like it, I think that that's something that is missing for me, is the musicality. It's like a hard bass and drums, but it's like, where's the motion? Right? And if you don't know what I'm talking about in terms of motion with music, it's okay. But I was waiting on the motion, right? As it pertains to Pusha and Malice, lyrically, I don't think they disappointed. It sounds like they went with they both chose a particular rhyme scheme and pretty much stuck with it for the majority of both of their verses. So, that can be challenging. Like making a whole verse rhyme with the same word, the same syllable throughout the whole thing. Not always the easiest thing to do. Sometimes it's not always the best thing to do, but I think they pulled it off pretty well. I feel like No Malice really bodied the record. Pusha was cool, and I think he took some shots at Ye in his verse, which of course is gonna stand out because he was with Good Music a few years ago. He left. Kanye really took it hard when he left, right? So he's had some out of other people, he went a little lighter on Push, but he didn't like the fact that Push left, right? In the timing of when he left, when all of the anti-Semitism stuff was coming his way. So in this verse, he does address Kanye in a couple different ways, which we're gonna go through because we're gonna do, you know, clearly I can't listen to it. Um, I would love to, but their team has the record blocked. So if I play it on my channel, the video is just gonna get blocked. Same thing happened to Screw. I don't know if y'all seen him on X saying, "Hey man," Twitter, saying that, "Hey, I recorded a reaction to the new Clipse record, but it's completely blocked. So not gonna happen." So what I'm gonna do is pull up the lyrics via Genius and try to get to the bottom of everything that was said in this record. All right. So the hook goes, ballerinas. Let me share my screen. If we're gonna go through the lyrics, I'll share the screen. Ballerinas doing pirouette inside of my snow globe. Okay, of course, ballerina is a pirouette. It's a style of dance that comes with that, right? Shopping sprees in Soho. You had to see it. Strippers shaking ass and watching the dough blow. Ace trumpets and rose moles. Okay, so here in the annotation from Genius, and you know, sometimes Genius gets it right, sometimes they get it wrong. They say here that this line is layered with references blending opulence, drug mythology, cultural self-awareness, and his distant relationship with Ye. So the very first line is allegedly speaking on Ye. They say the obvious first, the image of ballerinas spinning inside of a snow globe evokes cocaine, right? Of course, snow, which of course is the typical subject matter that you get from Pusha and the Clipse. As well as the ornamental spectacle of luxury life. But the use of my signals ownership and control. They say this isn't a random fantasy, it's Pusha's curated world. The line stands in contrast to scenes from Kanye West's Runaway, where Pusha also appears. Remember, Runaway was the first song that Pusha appeared on with Kanye. So they say where Pusha also appears in Ace Trumpets, he lets you know you're in his orbit now, a world where whiteness, the drug, the dancers, the elite art form spins under his direction. So he's now in the driver's seat, whereas with Kanye, he was secondary. They say reinforcing this, recall the opening of Runaway. It features white and Asian ballerinas in black tutus in a circular globe-like formation in front of Ye at a piano. Ye's verse channels distance, detachment, and aestheticized guilt. Pusha's verse, by contrast, is about gravitational pull, drawing women into his sphere of influence. Okay? They make reference to lyrics from Ye's version, and they go down. They say, doubling down on that orbit, the ballerinas in the Ace Trumpet social media rollout are black women in white tutus. Okay, so completely reversing it. Shot in stark black and white, they visually recenter the metaphor around black presence and control. Pushes old flex to Runaway, Neiman Marcus, and luxury racial framing isn't just about Soho shopping, it's about who choreographs the fantasy now. Which, of course, the fantasy being, at that time, beautiful, dark, twisted fantasy. This time around, is let God sort them out. Okay? So now, his verse comes in. Pusha T's verse come in. He said, yellow diamonds look like pee-pee. That's pretty obvious. Yellow diamond, pee-pee. I've heard other rappers, compare their yellow diamonds to piss. But that was probably the most direct. Bitches fly from DC on my private to Waikiki. 3-peat. All right, so they flying from DC to Waikiki. 3-peat, which I'm guessing it's either 3 women with them or maybe it's 3 fleets of women coming to Waikiki. All right, which ain't Waikiki in Hawaii? Didn't Ye used to have the studio in Hawaii where everybody used to come do the music at for good music? This is before Wyoming. Niggas is my sons, and that's on repeat. Who's your son? Let me click on it and see what it leads to. And it could just be our father just style, but they say here, this line establishes dominance and legacy. The term three-peat refers to winning 3 championships in a row, of course. A flex of consistency, blah, blah, blah. Then he said, niggas is my sons is a common rap trope. We know that. So they not saying that it's aimed at nobody. You could say that Kanye is his son, though, because he actually came out first as a rapper before Ye. But that's if you take it as a diss, right? Sins of the father, so I call you Little Meechies is easy. And of course, Little Meech, Big Meech's son, sins of the father. Big Meech went to jail for selling dope. And of course, Lil Meech is out here basically trying to relive his father, not literally, but replaying his father's story on TV. It's easy. How could you and me ever be seen as peers? So this clearly isn't about Ye at this part. Can't compare, you just CC, as in carbon copy. Don't you know these clears in my ears? Only VVs, the VVS diamonds. Play musical chairs, Fred Astaire through these GTs. All right. So, of course, Fred Astaire, old time, kind of like a Frank Sinatra type motherfucker, you know, getting out there dancing and tap dancing and all that shit. Play musical chairs. I'm dancing through these GTs, through the whips. We playing musical chairs with the cars, with the whips. Too much wear and tear on your bitch. She couldn't please me. So she done been around too much, body shaming in terms of like actual bodies though. Not how she looks, but who done been in there. The maintenance on the whip, so to speak. She couldn't please me. White glove service with the brick. I am Luigi. Okay? Now, if you ever play Super Mario Bros., you know Luigi is the one in the green. And they both got white gloves on their hands. You know what I'm saying? So white glove service with the brick. I am Luigi. You know what I mean? White glove service. It's like a chaperone, fucking driver. You know what I mean? White glove service, like a motherfucker coming and bringing you hors d'oeuvres at a function. Like, but then, of course, Luigi with the white glove. Sold ecstasy and disappeared. I am Houdini. All right. Now, this was a layered line that I saw Pusha T addressing on social media. And he says that this is a misquote. He meant Houdini as in the rap group, right? So Ecstasy was one of the members of Houdini. You know what I mean? Friends. How many of us had to make that Houdini? And they also discovered Jermaine Dupri because I think his dad was in the group or a tour manager for the group, if I'm not mistaken. Sold ecstasy and disappeared. I am Houdini, but this also the double entendre there because disappear Houdini, the magic trick. So there's that as well. Look at them. Him and him still waiting on Yeezy. So then we get another reference to Ye. And I think this is kind of a shot at like the little guys. I won't say the little guys, but the circle that's still rolling with Ye. Like I separated myself. I'm not waiting on Yeezy. I'm not waiting on him to get his mind right. I'm not waiting on him to move. I'm not waiting on him to revamp good music. I'm moving on in my own direction. Me and my real life bro are getting back together on wax and creating. Y'all niggas still waiting on Yeezy. So that's kind of like looking at people like Consequence, right? Not to say that there's any beef between Consequence and Pusha necessarily. I don't know. But it's like Consequence is one of those people who he puts his records out. His records don't really do, all that much motion wise on his solo tier. But when he gets in the studio with Ye, he puts pen to paper. That's been one of his roles throughout both of their careers, writing for Ye. So it's like, look at them, him and him, still waiting on Yeezy, right? I don't know if Rhyme Fest is still in the fold, but that's also been Rhyme Fest role, right? I don't know if Sci High is still in the fold, but that's also been kind of his role. Even though more people today, I think, would really like Sci High to just be consistent and drop his own shit. Like he has the ingredients to be a solo artist. He just don't drop for whatever reason. I hope you got your squeegees, right? And typically, that's gonna be like for cleanup. So y'all niggas just keep on cleaning up the mess, cause that nigga always in some shit. What y'all got in the annotation for this squeegee shit? What y'all got for the squeegee shit? Hopefully it ain't no type. Said his diss was likely provoked by Ye's rant about Push on a live stream in April, in which he said, "Pusha T, where the tough guy shit, you stood on my shoulders to take Drake out." I didn't watch that shit. Anyway, we'll keep going. At your interviews, I just key. Okay, so probably that could be the reference there. But then you also got Consequence, who be out here talking tough in his interviews too. Life's Peachy, ASAP, and Riri. And of course, just living their best life, having kids, being married, being fruitful. You rappers are beneath me, beloved like the Bee Gees. You know the Bee Gees, the who is it? Staying Alive, ain't that the Bee Gees? I might be wrong on that one. International flights connect me to the Wi-Fi, right? Of course, Wi-Fi on the flight. The only way you reach me, right? So it's like, only time you reach me is through Wi-Fi, right? I ain't fucking with you niggas. So you're going to have to connect to the Wi-Fi. You're going to have to send some shit over the internet to fuck with me, because I'm on my own shit. We got the hook that comes back in, then we got No Malice, all right? So he says, Peniale Vaca, Panama Fishing Village, visiting with Popeye with choppers. Okay? So we got No Malice rapping with a little bit of malice. He ain't cursing, but he is bringing back some of that malice. Like, he ain't just rapping for Christ right now. Like, he's coming in, visiting with Popeye with choppers. Remember Poppy to get that motherfucking coke. Ugh. All of you imposter, simply just Ferrari window shoppers. Y'all can't actually buy the shit. Y'all just looking at the shit. Y'all window shopping. The fuck y'all here at the Ferrari motherfucking dealership for if you just looking, nigga? We trying to lead with something. Denzel Washington, nigga. The one that I just ordered looked like it was built by NASA. So he got some exclusive shit. It looked like a motherfucking spaceship. Over $500,000 we call focaccia, like focaccia bread. You know what I'm saying? I used to work in food service once upon a time. I had to make some focaccia sandwiches and shit. Reaching for akasha. Now, I don't even know what akasha is, honestly. I ain't gonna lie to y'all. I could try to act like but no. So they say akasha is a Hindi term that translates to open air, sky, or space, which shows how far No Malice wants his money to stretch. I don't know if that's what you mean by reaching for akasha, but I do think reaching for the sky, but saying it in a fly way. Never leaving home without my peace like I'm Mahatma. Remember Mahatma Gandhi allegedly was all about peace except for niggas. That's the part they left out. But never leaving home without my peace like I'm Mahatma. World peace. From the tribe of Judah, I'm Mufasa. Right? Tribe of Judah, biblical stuff. But then you also got Mufasa, the Lion King. Never turn the other cheek, you'll die at the Oscars. Right? Go back to the Oscars. Chris Rock got slapped. Turn the other cheek. He said, I never turn the other cheek. You'll die at the Oscars if you slap me. Okay? Which, damn, you sound like the DJ that don't spin. But it sounds better in a rap. Persona non grata. Mi casa su casa. What does persona non grata mean? Like I said, I ain't gonna act like I know what the fuck these niggas talking about. Latin phrase, which translates to unwelcome person. Okay. while Mukasa Sukasa is Spanish, which translates to my house is your house, a welcoming gesture. So you not welcome here. Okay? Drugs killed my teen spirit. Welcome to Nirvana. You know Nirvana smells like teen spirit. You was Fuji Lala. I was Alibaba. You was Fuji Lala, like the Fugees. You was on some peace, love, and singing shit. Dressed in House of Gucci, made from selling Lady Gaga. Of course, Lady Gaga selling that white girl, that coke. Akuna Matata. So he's keeping with the Lion King shit. Island wearing tie-dye, right? So he's out wearing tie-dye on the island, just living life. Umbrella and my Rose match the one that's in this Mata. So, of course, the Rolls Royce, right? Listen, you are not I. Cross T's, dot I's. Making sure everything is in its proper preparation. I done disappeared and reappeared without a voila. And, of course, Pusha had a line that was similar about disappearing and reappearing like Houdini. So he says, without the voila, without the magic trick, I done disappeared and reappeared, because he came in with the Clipse, left the group, left rap, came back to rap, didn't still want to be in the group. Now he back in the Clipse, doing this shit for old time's sake. Lyrically, I like the record. And it do bang. You know what I'm saying? It's just hard for me when I think about Mama, I'm so sorry. When I think about We Got It for Cheap. When I think about Keys Open Doors. Like, the rhymes was there, but the beats also did so much for me with the Neptunes. But maybe there's gonna be some more iconic production on this project. Maybe this is just to let niggas know we coming. We finally outside. They were waiting on one specific feature. Some people say Kendrick, some people say Jay-Z. Maybe both of them will appear on the project. That would be dope. So we gonna see, man. Now this joint I'm about to play, this Untitled joint that's been circulating, they say this is supposed to have Stove God Cooks on it. This right here is the one I'm looking forward to. White Slave Master Souls in My Safe is the bar of the year. I don't give a fuck what nobody talking about. White Slave Master Souls in My Safe. Y'all been trying to transmute black people, try to take our essence, our vibe. Y'all been trying to pimp us out for fucking centuries. Yeah, that's the bar of the fucking year. Nigga said cheap as Riesling. You could go to the motherfucking grocery store and get some Riesling for the low. I don't even drink. But I see the prices on that shit. He said, this ain't that. That Mike Tyson blow to the face shit is crazy too. Of course, they talking about coke, but then, of course, Mike Tyson blow, if you punch you in the face and shit going, how you all strung out, you know what I mean? This the one I'm looking forward to hearing in my speakers full blast, full song. I like this beat, P. You stay in this region right here, you get a whole different reaction from J Nolan. I ain't gonna lie. This shit right here, do it. And of course, with the cowboy and then the content of Clipse music, definitely a Cocaine Cowboys reference there. That's the record I'm looking forward to. Ace Trumpets, cool, but that's the one I'm looking for. And even if it's not like perfection in my eyes, which like don't be mad at me, it's still a dope record. It's still dope to see them back. They still are in shape lyrically. And I'm happy that people are excited about the Clipse, because I feel like the fact that people even give a fuck is a beautiful thing, especially for elderly statesmen in the game, niggas that been here for 20 years, and it's still like their presence is felt when they decide to drop some new shit. I think that's ultimately a win. So I'm happy for them in that regard, and I hope that the album turns out to be good so that I can really play this shit the way I listen to other Clipse albums. All right, but let me know what y'all think of this down below in the comments. Be sure to like and share this video. Once again, if you came in and wonder why I'm not playing the record is blocked from being shared by reactors such as myself. So, you know, copyright is the name of the game in that regard. All right, but I'll catch y'all on the next one. Much love and respect. Be sure to like and share this video. If this is your first time seeing me on YouTube, go ahead and subscribe to the channel, become an insider. I'll catch y'all on the next one. Peace.
King of my city and cul-de-sac. Coming out swinging like soldier rag. Leading my people like quarterback. Boy, I study this shit, I'm an almanac. Had to get up and grind. Knowledge is booming, I'm here to apply. Came with the chip and the dip, it just single the mind. We finna do more than survive. I need my check. Spinning the block for the Gouda. We hitting the jeweler to flood out the net. We don't do beef on computers, I'm straight out the sewer. We come when you rest. Niggas be looking perplexed, so keeping my foot on their neck. No map, I trust my gut for the quest. But drama, I'm fully abreast. I was ready for years and they died of me. All of a sudden they tell me they proud of me. I been dropping these haters like calories. Cross them out, I came back with some boundaries. Stand for my honor, but too raw, no corner. Packing the stick with a drummer. Wanna catch my bad, won't fumble. I done came too far to be humble.